Hey, ladies. I'm plugged in. Hey, how are you?
Good, good.
Good. It's good to meet you.
Thank you.
I guess you live in Texaco, is that right?
I live in Bear Creek now. I'm
Oh, okay.
Lindsay Holton's neighbor.
Okay, very cool. Good. I'm
Yeah.
glad you're here. I'm going to grab something really
Hey,
quick. I'll be right back.
sure, take your time.
Okay, here I am. Okay, we got a couple of minutes. We're early, so
Yeah.
we'll give everybody time. So but Erin Rasmussen, well, Liv, I guess is what you call her.
Yeah. So I used to live in Saxon and work out there, but moved out here when we got married, and we have a little girl now. So
Oh,
yeah,
good.
I
How
still
old is
see her.
she?
I go to town a lot, and
Oh,
yeah.
very
How do you know? Are y'all teachers together?
No, we went to college together.
Oh, fun.
So yeah, she's actually going to come out in a couple of weeks and teach a painting class for us. So I'm excited about that.
Cool.
I haven't seen her in been a long time, so it's fun to reconnect with her. Okay, check some messages here and make sure.
Sure.
So have you used oils?
Yeah, my mom uses them a lot, and she's made us little blends and stuff, and we use them for cleaning and like bug spray. But
Awesome.
I'm just now getting into like digestibles and
Okay. Yeah.
topically.
Using them internally. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, we'll definitely talk about that. So you should leave feeling like you know what to do
cool.
if you don't already.
Um, there's I've been going to a couple take and make classes.
Yeah, making takes. Yeah, those are fun.
Yeah, yeah. So I've been to a couple of those with my neighbor, and I saw that she was taking this, so I was like, "Oh, free class? Yes, please."
Awesome. Cool. Well, I hope she hops on. It's 9, so we'll see. Everybody that's registered is not here yet, so maybe we'll get started and let them just kind of pop in as they do. But
I know I had to set a couple reminders.
well, yeah, it's tricky because I don't know what Zoom did. I don't know if they email you more than once about the class. Like, I don't know if they send a reminder or not. So
I
um,
didn't get one.
you didn't get one? Okay, that's good to know because I didn't want to like bombard you with emails, but I could have definitely emailed to remind folks, but it'll be fine. Either way, who should be here will be here. I'm looking for something on our page right now. Okay. All right. I think, there's several more people. Hey guys, I'm so glad you're on. I am going to go ahead and mute everybody just so that I don't get feedback. But if you have any questions, the chat is open. You're welcome to pop questions into the chat, and I'll make sure to get to those by the end. I am going to be sharing the screen, so I won't see this chat until the very end. So if somebody sees something that's urgent and has my texting phone number, then go ahead and text me, and I might see that pop up. But it won't be a very long class. I kind of pride myself on short classes. I love this information, and I could go on for days, but I find that we can only retain so much. So I try to really narrow it down to the pieces that really help make you feel empowered and ready to kind of run with things. So we do offer a lot of continuing education and like sort of additional programming, so to speak. But tonight we're really going to cover the basics of what you really need in terms of how the stuff you need to get started and be effective in using your oils. And also the tip of the iceberg in terms of what the oils can do for you in terms of your health and your emotions and we're just talking about cleaning your home and all kinds of things. So like I said, I'm going to try to keep it pretty short, but also very informative. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and pull up the my PowerPoint. Let me see. That's not what I want. Hang on one sec. I'm trying to just see the picture, but I don't know if I can make that work. So it's fine. Okay, it'll be fine. The technological side is the only thing that ever holds me back. All right, here we go. So hopefully you guys are seeing this, my screen. There's a lovely lady sharing an oil with another lovely lady. And you don't have to be a beginner to be here, obviously. Some of you have been using oils already, I'm sure. Some of you are maybe oil experts beyond what I am. And I'm excited to have you here because if you want to share something, you're welcome to do that. But this is really kind of the nitty gritty, the first starting point class. And I'm going to start at the very beginning. So what are essential oils? Essential oils are, well, hold on, let me introduce myself in case you don't know me. There's lots of new faces on here. So hi, I'm Lacey. It's really exciting to have you guys here. I am super passionate about sharing essential oils with people. I'm kind of like this girl. I get really excited when somebody lets me put oils to their nose. I don't know if they're always as excited as that girl with the smile on her face, but I hope so, because the oils really do they're just kind of a cheerful thing, and they're fun to think about, smells having powers that can transform our lives. But my husband and I live in North Carolina, right in the middle of the state in the country, and we have a small homestead, and kind of getting back to the beginning, back to the basics is one of our passions, and the oils fit in perfectly with that. One of my favorite parts about them is that they're so simple and easy to use, but really, really effective. So people who maybe aren't even interested in leading a real supernatural life see the benefits really quickly and see how easy they are to use. And so it can be an easy way for people to start kind of coming into that natural realm and understanding it and loving it. And so that's something that we're really passionate about. And we do have several events locally coming up that I would love to have any of you at. If you're local, please come. One is on Sunday in downtown Greensboro, and it's just kind of a come as you please, 3 to 7. We're going to have demonstration tables of all different topics and some other fun things. So I would love to have you there. And then we always have classes on Tuesday nights in Pleasant Garden, and you're welcome to come to those as well. Our next topic is, why am I forgetting? Terry's on here. Maybe she can remind me, but that's next Tuesday. I think it's Live Long and Prosper. So we're going to talk about, there's Terry piping in, I think. We're going to talk about our amazing supplements and all of those different things. Oh, Emily says she likes oils on her face. Good, you're a smart person. Anyway, but we'll talk about the incredible things that our supplements have to offer, and I'll briefly touch on that a little bit in our class. But we're going to start with the basics of the oil. So essential oils are these compounds that are found on plants, and not all plants have essential oils, and some plants have lipid oils. We just learned the right word for that last night, which are more like a saturated oil, something that's got a heavy, big molecule, and it would sit on the top of your skin. And essential oils are different because they're extremely volatile, which means they'll change from a liquid to a gas very quickly. And the molecules are so tiny that they penetrate our skin and every cell of our body very, very rapidly, which is extremely important in terms of how well they work to help our body function appropriately. When we use essential oil, it's a holistic and natural approach, which means that it doesn't heal or do anything in our body other than trigger our body to do the function it's supposed to do anyways. So I was at a chiropractor recently, and the sign on the wall says, chiropractic doesn't heal you. it adjusts your body so that your body can do the healing on its own. And that's the same with the oils. The oils go in and they say, hey, wake up, do what you're supposed to do. And they're more of a trigger than they are a treatment. So we love the oils. The reason that that's a good thing is it makes them extremely safe. And we'll talk more about that in a minute. But that's what essential oils are. And they can be found in the roots and in the stem, in the leaves, in the fruit sometimes, in the seeds. It just depends on the oil. And some plants have multiple oils on them, like coriander and what did I just forget? Cilantro come from the same plant, the seed or the leaf. So that's really neat. And there's different ways of distilling those oils, steam distillation, pressing. A lot of the citrus, we just press them and we get the oils out that way. So those are what the essential oils are. It's not the same as an olive oil or a coconut oil. It's different in that it's this volatile substance that if you leave the lid off, eventually will evaporate and disappear. There's the official definition. A natural, highly concentrated compound found in the roots, bark, seeds, flowers, or other areas of the plant. They do give the plant its aroma. So when you smell something fragrant, it's an essential oil. A lot of times you can pick a leaf off a plant and it doesn't really have a smell. It just kind of smells like a leaf, just kind of like grass, maybe a little bit. And that means it doesn't really have an essential oil, or it's got such a small amount of essential oil, you can't even smell it, but it does protect the plant from harsh environmental conditions, from things like mold and disease, and then also from insects. And the cool thing is we could take that, harness what it's good at for the plant and use it for our own needs. And that's really neat. And it does play a role in plant pollination. So the three cool things about oils that I want to make sure everybody understands is, one, that they're safe. Essential oils don't come with side effects. They don't come with addiction issues. And we'll talk more about that in a second. They're effective. And then third, they're inexpensive. So let's talk about safety. Lavender is one oil that I like to use as an example. It's super safe. It's one of the ones that we use the most of in our house. We have 4 children and we love them all, and they all get boo-boos from now, all the time. We have a 2-year-old he uses the most lavender right now, but our 7-year-old knows that's the one for her too. And it's simple and easy. And it, even if they get a boo-boo, and maybe it's not the perfect thing to put on their boo-boo, but it certainly soothes their emotions and calms them down. It's also great for sleep, and it's great for burns and cuts and scrapes and sneezing and allergies and you name it. So we use a lot of lavender in our house. And I'll tell you, when I started with doTERRA, I was very apprehensive about lavender because I used other brands of oils prior that I thought were really high quality. And those ones always gave me a headache. They always made me regret opening the bottle. And so I was apprehensive when I started with doTERRA to even open the bottle. And when I finally did, I was pleasantly surprised that it just smells like a flower. That's it. It smells like lavender. The same as if I walked past a lavender plant and crushed some in my fingers. And it's a really powerful tool. But like I said, the oils are safe. One of the things that I've been hearing the most about recently is this incredible addiction issue that we're faced with right now. Everybody knows somebody who has been touched by that, whether it's a parent or a person. There's been 2 deaths in my life recently, and people who need to go to rehab. And it's just a terrible, terrible situation. And one of the things that gives me hope is that the way that doTERRA is working is they're really kind of trying to cross the bridge from just the natural people into the medical world, so that these tools will be accessible by more and more people, and less reliance on drugs and medications will be necessary, because people will have these tools instead. And these tools are safe and effective without those other negative results, long-term side effects, whether they be other symptoms that come along with taking a medication, to like that extreme level of addictive issues. There's some examples. I'm not going to read through all the examples on each of these slides. So if that's something that you want to hang on to and keep, then just go ahead and take a screenshot, and you'll be able to have that whenever you want it. Those suggestions. It's just the tip of the iceberg, like I said, with what you can do with lavender. But the safety of essential oils is hugely, hugely appealing. And I will say too, a lot of times, I might have a headache and I don't know, what's causing it. And so I'll go to my oil box, and I'll pick 1 or 2 and just kind of keep going through the box until I find some relief. You don't have to wait 6 hours or 4 hours in between dosages. You can try each of them. Our body accepts and processes out essential oils very quickly, so they don't linger in our bodies and build up, and they don't cause I can never say that word. There's no issues, generally speaking, between medications and oils, with just a few exceptions, but for the most part, they're safe to use for all ages. Okay, they're effective. So peppermint is one of my favorites to talk about when we're talking about peppermint, because when you open a bottle of peppermint and you put a drop in your hands and you hold it over your nose, you instantly breathe in this amazing, kind of like an Arctic blast, and there's no denying that it's having a powerful effect. A lot of times people will instantaneously, when we do this at events, people will be like, oh, I had a headache and it's gone, or, oh, I can breathe, or whatever the case may be. Peppermint is so powerful. Our peppermint in particular, it's way more potent. I'll give an example of that potency I'm talking about, and I'll tell you more about why our oils are more potent than other oils. But the main reason is, the example I was going to share with you is that before doTERRA, we would give our kids baths and put some peppermint oil in there to help them be able to breathe better. It's a great thing to do for congestion and that kind of thing. It's very comforting and soothing and cooling. And the peppermint oil that we used before, we'd have to put like 15 drops in. And with doTERRA's peppermint oil, if you put that much in, you would not be able to stay in the room, maybe not even the house. It just would be too much. Really, 1 to 2 drops is plenty, tops 3 if you accidentally get the third drop out. So that just speaks to the potency, and peppermint offers a really good example. A lot of times people open our peppermint and they're like, oh my gosh, I've never smelled such a strong peppermint before. But anyway, so peppermint is an incredible tool. It's very effective. You can put it on the back of your neck for a cooling sensation. You can put it on your temples. This is where I apply it for headaches. Maybe even the top, maybe even on the crown, on the belly button, for stomach issues, under the tongue. People like the taste of it. For stomach issues, people like it in their water. Peppermint is very versatile and is good for a lot of different things as well. Allergies is another good example. Respiratory stuff, diffusing it really is a great pick-me-up. If we're driving long car distances, I like to use it a lot to just kind of perk myself back up, kind of like open my eyes back up again, or whatever I need just to get through the drive. But there's some more. Add peppermint oil to your shampoo and conditioner to give yourself a stimulating hair massage. I've never actually tried that, but that does sound nice. But anyway, so peppermint is an amazing tool. I can't imagine going without peppermint. Okay, so thirdly, oh shoot, is that the third? Okay, I forgot one. I forgot one slide, guys. Okay. Forgive me for getting all turned around. They're inexpensive. So this is what I meant to insert another slide just about how inexpensive they are. But I'll tell you the example that I always share, because as mom, it rings very true to my heart, but for you, it probably will as well. Children often get ear issues, ear infections, ear aches, and they'll wake up in the middle of the night and their ear hurts. Just, maybe if they had a runny nose when they went to bed and it just gets clogged up in there. Or maybe they swim a lot and they get clogged ears a lot. Well, the tool that we use most often is Melaleuca, which is like tea tree oil, and we'll just rub it on behind their ear. You can dilute it, you can apply it neat. Usually we just take it right out of the jar or out of the bottle and put it on. And, they'll fall back asleep. They may wake up an hour later or 2 hours later and need it again. And then when they wake up in the morning, they're fine. And the thing that I love most about this, not just how inexpensive it is, but as a mom, having a tool that I can use when I need it, it's there, it's ready to go. We don't have to wait until morning to get to the doctor and then go to the doctor and sit in a sick room and, be exposed to other things and pay bills and all those things that come along with that. We're able to deal with those things at home by ourselves. And what that has meant for us financially is that we don't really have to go to the doctor. In fact, we haven't been to the kids' doctor, the pediatrician, in many years. So for sickness. So I think that's a pretty powerful testimony. Most people have those costs regularly, especially when kids are really little. And so it's just really nice to be able to comfort them and also avoid those expenses. And when we're talking about using Melaleuca, maybe some lavender, we're talking about like 41 cents a dose, very inexpensive. And the gas just to get you to the doctor would be more than that. So anyway, that's just to put into perspective. While it can be an investment to go ahead and get started with the oils, they'll last you forever, and they're worth every penny when you break it down like that. So everyday use of oils, I just like the generality of this slide. It kind of gives you a full picture of the different ways that we can use the oils. It's not just limited to medicinal needs. You can use your oils in cooking and for digestion and for your hair and your skin and for your immune system. Right now, it's time to start boosting that immune system, finding ways to deal with germs without exposing yourself to other toxins that can be worse. Great for cleaning, neck and head tension for sure, headaches, allergies, and other like colds and flus, things like that. We use the oils in everything all day long. And the real neat thing is every time I use my oils to clean, they're offering medicinal benefits. So it's kind of the opposite of if we're using over-the-counter cleaners from the drugstore or from the Walmart, grocery store, whatever. Those things have toxins and chemicals in them. And while it may kill germs, it's also maybe killing brain cells and maybe your gut bacteria and things like that. So it's easy and simple with essential oils to be able to change what you're using in a fun way, and also your cleaners smell a lot better. So that's really fun. Okay, I'm going to take a pause and see if there are any questions at this point. We've got some comments over here. Oh, yeah, live long and prosper. Okay, I was right about that. And Emily says she likes oils on her face. So clearly, or in her face, maybe on her face too. So skincare is a huge one. The oils can be amazing for skin. My teenage daughter was just attesting to that today, that she was impressed with how well the HD Clear had worked. Oh, no. She used the new Yarrow Palm oil on some blemishes and had great success. She was very surprised and pleased. So, okay, let's see what's next. If you have questions, go ahead and pop them into the chat. So, okay, now we're getting into the fun part where we talk about the 3 ways to use the oils. And before I get into that, I want to share with you what makes doTERRA different. Because when we're using oils, when we're using anything, we should really as a personal, well, just in general, but as a personal care product especially, excuse me, we really want to have some standards. We want to know, sort of maybe who grew our plants and then the process that it went through at the grocery store. Excuse me while I grab a water. Excuse me. Okay. And what this demonstrates is what the standards are that doTERRA has for our oils. And when doTERRA started, this was non-existent. There was no one out there doing this. There still is no one else out there doing this. But what doTERRA realized is what the power of these oils have to offer people who are sick, to offer people who aren't well, to offer people who need a new way of treating themselves. That you look around and everybody's sick and they're not getting better and they're just on medications constantly, and the medications aren't really bringing them to healing. They're just on medications sort of indefinitely. So what doTERRA realized is that the oils have a real, very real potential of helping people come out of that. And it was important, though, in order to make sure that they have those qualities and effects, that they be the same every time and that they be tested and true and pure. And the market is riddled with people selling oils just to sell oils, and they could care less about the purity. They could care less about the effects of them. They really are just selling them because the people want them. So especially now, because the oils have gained so much popularity, you have to be really careful about what you're getting and what their standards are. And the highest standard I've seen in other companies is that they test random batch testing, which means every once in a while they test one of their oils, and random batch could be once a year. You just don't know. doTERRA tests every single batch of oils. Every liter of essential oil gets tested, which ensures that every bottle that we get is pure and safe. There's no fillers, no additives, nothing taken away. It's really important, very, very important. And these are the 11 tests that they do. And I can pronounce some of them, okay? But it's important to realize they're doing this because as the popularity in essential, it used to be only 5 tests and it's growing because as the popularity in essential oils grows, the tampering methods become more and more, what's the word I'm looking for? Smart, effective, tricky to find. And so we keep raising our standards more and more and more. We have a very transparent system in terms of you get an oil and it has a lot number on the bottom of it, and you can take it to our website, sourcetoyou.com, plug that lot number in and pull up the reports on this oil. And no one else in the industry has that kind of transparency, because for the most part, most other essential oil companies can't even track their oils back to the farmer it came from. Now with doTERRA, we have what's called co-impact sourcing, which is huge and very near and dear to my heart. I mentioned the homestead. I'm really passionate about, as you know, doing things as locally as we can, knowing your farmer, knowing your food, supporting people who are doing things the right way and treating our earth with respect and with the future in mind. And with co-impact sourcing, that's exactly what doTERRA does, and they do it all for us. And you can even go on a co-impact sourcing trip if you want. And in fact, our upline has gone to Guatemala and met the cardamom farmers. This is in Nepal. We have several oils that come from Nepal. Emily Wright is one of the founders of our company, and she just has this big, big heart for these people who are making these beautiful oils. And I could go on about that. We can actually teach a whole class just about co-impact sourcing and what is happening around the world with our incredible oils and where they're coming from. But it's something that I've gotten really passionate about, is knowing that we have at our disposal these beautiful products sourced from the remote places of the earth, where their lives are being transformed by their new relationship with doTERRA, because we work straight with them. And that's a really beautiful thing. Okay, so on to using the oils. Okay, aromatic use of essential oils is probably the most popular way that when people come in, they're like, oh yeah, I love smelling my oils. And often, you know, people will even come in and the oils they have are maybe from, you know, TJ Maxx or something. They got a little kit, and, you know, everywhere you turn, Best Buy, Aldi, everybody has essential oils now. And you know, smelling good is a really important thing. We want our homes to smell good. But when we use the oils aromatically, it can be a really powerful way to eliminate odors, sure, but also it actually kills germs, because those molecules of essential oils are so tiny. It gets into the molecules of the air and kills germs, which is incredible. Also uplifting the mood. It gets into your brain. As soon as it goes into your nose, it hits the amygdala and it releases, it triggers the release of all kinds of different hormones. So it's a really powerful way to affect moods and emotions, depression, anxiety. People see huge results by using the oils. When you walk into a room that has a diffuser with our oils going, it just feels like a spa. You just automatically feel better. Well, as long as it's not cilantro in there. But generally speaking, you always feel better when you walk into a room with the oils going. So this is one of our little diffusers. This is the Petal, and it works really wonderfully. There's different versions of diffusers. You always want to get a cool mist diffuser, because it has a little water well and it mixes with the oil, and the oil distributed into the air molecules without being heated. When you heat the oils, it may smell delicious, but it actually breaks down some of those healthful benefits that the oils have to offer. So we really want to make sure that we maintain that integrity of the oil, specifically if we want those medicinal benefits. So it's a really great way to clean out your air, make your air better, your air quality better, and your home a better place. A great place to, if you have kids, improve the room, the energy in the room, the emotions in the room, without even applying oils. Also a great way to open up the airways, specifically at night when you're sleeping. Put some breathe in there, and it just can have a really amazing effect on people's sleep habits. Topical use of essential oils. So using the oils topically is a really effective way to get their benefits, because like I said, it absorbs through the skin very quickly. Making a hot or cold compress can be a really effective thing to do. Mix a few drops of essential oil into your lotion or your daily moisturizer and apply to the skin. That's for your face, your whole body. Let's see, some other beneficial areas to apply. The neck, I often apply right behind my ears and over my heart. The forehead and the temples, the chest, the abdomen, the arms, the legs. You really just, depending on what you're using it for, if you're using it for a headache, you know, maybe on the back of your neck and the temples. If you're using it for a stomach ache, probably on the belly, right? So you really think about that. Avoid your eyes, and don't get them into the ears down in there. You want to, if people have a sensitivity, then you're going to want to dilute. In fact, dilution is always a good thing. And because our oils are so potent and pure, you can dilute heavily and still get the same effects, incredible effects, if not even better effects, because it holds the essential oil on there. Those saturated oils or lipid oils hold the essential oil on our skin for longer. It spreads it over a larger surface, and it penetrates more deeply, and we absorb more of the actual essential oil by doing that. So dilution is always a good thing, and especially for kids and for maybe others with sensitive skin. Okay, so now using oils internally, this is a fun thing to do, and it can be really good for your digestion, for your throat, and for sort of like your internal organs. A really good way for sort of having a quick absorption too. Some of the oils that we use the most of internally are the citrus oils, because you can add a drop to your water and it tastes amazing, but it's also really good for you. Oh no, it's saying my internet connection is unstable. Hopefully that does not affect our class. But so using the oils internally, it's a smart thing to do. We actually metabolize the oils differently when we take them internally. In fact, some research has been done on lavender taken internally has even more benefit for helping to sleep and helping with things like anxiety and depression than when just used topically or aromatically. So you can experiment and play with that. And some of the easiest things to do, you can get empty veggie capsule, put your oil in, close it up, and then take it, swallow it, so you don't have to taste it. We have several oils now that come pre-made in a gel cap. Copaiba is one. Really excited about that. Slim and Sassy, which is for weight loss and metabolism balancing. That's another great one to take internally. Digestin comes in a pre-made capsule. Digestin is developed specifically for digestive needs. Here's a picture of lemon. Lemon, like I said, we love the citrus oils in water. It's one of my favorites. It's just fresh and uplifting, and it cleans your water. The thing you want to keep in mind is just don't put it in a plastic container, a styrofoam. You want to have that in stainless steel or glass, because they break down toxins, which is great. We want that in our body. We want to break down toxins, but our cups are made of toxins. So if they're plastic, so we want to avoid that. Okay, so what oil should I start with? So I actually am going to use this, and I'm going to shift it and right into getting started with the with doTERRA, because it fits together so nicely. What oil should you start with? Those are our top 3. So these are our top 10, and we have several sets that come together and that have our top 10 oils, and come as a package. If you are not yet a member, this is the best place to start, because we have a membership that's awesome on its own. It's $35 for a year-long membership, and then you get 25% off of retail anytime you want to order. There's no pressure, no minimums, nothing like that. Just you have a discount. A lot like an Amazon Prime account, you can log into your account at any time and place an order, adjust things, change things, whatever you need. And then we actually have with that the additional bonus for people who want to take advantage. We have what we call our loyalty rewards program. So we get to order less than wholesale if we decide we want to order on a regular basis, and every month get some things from doTERRA. And so that's how I get all my products are at less than wholesale, and I actually earn 30% back. So every time I spend $100 with doTERRA, they give me 30 to spend on my next order. And so that's something that everybody as a member can take advantage of as well. Okay, so these are the top 10 oils. I wanted to kind of just make sure we covered each of them so you have a good idea of what comes in one of these sets. Breathe, we talked about a little bit, is for respiratory stuff, any kind of colds or sinus issues, asthma, you name it. It's a really powerful tool to use in many different ways, aromatically and topically, in the diffuser, rub it on your chest. It's incredible. Digestin, I was just talking about for digestive needs internally, topically. You could use aromatically, but I don't know if that would be fun or not. It would be different. But it is amazing for digestive needs, gassiness, even upset stomachs, like vomiting type stuff. It helps and offers a ton of relief. People with acid reflux, heartburn, things like that. Digestion is incredible. People see a ton of relief, and I know Terry, maybe she'll chime in, has seen a ton of relief with digestion. So Deep Blue, this guy is the pain guy. He is for sore muscles, joint pain of any kind, you name it. We apply it topically all the time. My kids, my 3 girls all take ballet, and a lot of times I'll find them putting on Deep Blue because, you know, something hurts, and it's a really amazing tool. And the cool thing about this is it might smell similar to other products you might find on the shelf, but it actually is made of natural things. Actual plants are involved. So it actually penetrates and helps heal the area instead of just cooling it. So it does give you that instant relief of that cooling sensation, but it actually penetrates and promotes healing so that the injury or the pain goes away faster or altogether, or you might need it less, or all these different things. So On Guard, we talked about a little bit, is our immune boosting blend called the Protective Blend. Diffusing this is a really smart thing to do this time of year. Putting it on the bottoms of your feet every night can be the most powerful thing in avoiding getting sick. Just right before bed, put it on the bottoms of your feet. We've done that for years, and it really prevents sicknesses that we may come into from being spread throughout the whole house. Also, when we get on a plane, when we travel, we take On Guard and use it, spraying it down in airplanes. We use it in all kinds of ways. Frankincense is incredible. Frankincense is the king of oils. When in doubt, use frankincense. This oil, I'll point out on its own, is $69 wholesale. It's not the cheapest oil, but it's worth every penny. It does all kinds of things. It's a cellular renewal. So it helps your cells to replenish at a healthy rate and restore them to the way that they should be, so that they're not replenishing in an unhealthy fashion. It decreases inflammation. A lot of people take this under their tongue daily to deal with pain. Apply it topically for pain. It can be great for headaches too. Like I said, on the temples is a great place, on the top of the head right here. For wound care, frankincense is just incredible. It's wonderful. Lemon, we talked about. Lavender, we talked about. Melaleuca was the one for earaches. It's an antifungal too. It's so for athlete's foot. People are blown away with how quickly it works on athlete's foot. People have been dealing with athlete's foot for years. Just can't believe how well this works, even if they've tried other tea tree oils. So Melaleuca is wonderful. Also for wounds, cuts and scrapes, that kind of thing. Oregano is an antifungal as well, and it's a natural antibiotic, super powerful. So when I feel things like sinus infections coming on, flus even, I'll take it internally, I'll dilute it and apply it topically, all kinds of things. I'm getting a lot of notifications. I want to make sure it doesn't have to do with class. It doesn't look like it. Okay. And then peppermint, we've talked about a little bit already. Incredible tool. So once you have all of these oils, you really have the ability to replace everything in your medicine cabinet. You know, Pepto-Bismol, you've got digestin. Ibuprofen, you have frankincense and peppermint, and oregano is actually really good for pain too, so you can take it internally. I'm trying to think of what else. On Guard is incredible for cold sores and mouth sores and for oral health in general. You can put a drop on your toothbrush and brush your teeth with it, or apply it directly to the sore itself. Breathe is like a Vicks Vapor Rub, but natural, no petroleum jelly. It's incredible. Deep Blue, like Bengay. So you can see that you can replace a lot of what you have, and then also avoid needing all of those things and needing prescriptions and that kind of thing. So really incredible value. I didn't put the price on here just because I forgot, but I'll tell you it's $275 for this whole set. And the really cool thing is that this month there's this awesome special where any order that's over 200, which this is, you would get 3 extra oils. They're citrus oils. They're fun. They're kumquat, clementine, and pink mandarin or something. I need to look. I'm going to pull up a picture of that in a second. And an additional diffuser, and it's a car diffuser. You can use it inside, but it fits into the cup of your car. So you can diffuse oils in your car, which is incredible. I mean, that's one of the places we need to diffuse oils the most, because I don't know about your car, but our car has 4 kids in it that smell really bad. And also my kids have a tendency to build compost piles in the back. And we have a giant Suburban, and I don't climb back there to clean it out very often. In fact, I never do. So they have to every once in a while. but I'm probably way grosser than everybody else. But anyway, so diffusing can be a really great way to kind of dissipate some of those smells, but also change the mood in the car. And a lot of times we need that more than anything else. So that's an incredible special. And I wanted to make sure you knew about that. And I'm going to show you a picture really quick. But actually, let me show you this next kit first. So I'm going to just show you these two kits. These are our two most popular. This one is hands down the best value. If you tallied all of this stuff up, you're saving hundreds of dollars when you get it when you're first starting out. It's $550, but you see all the oils it comes with. It comes with our supplements as well. I didn't hit on those as much, but they are the #1 selling product because the impact that they have on our lives. They're 100% food-based, and they fill in all the blanks that our diets are missing. Even if we eat really healthy, we just can't get nutrition from food anymore because the ground doesn't even have the nutrition to offer. The plants and the produce and everything that we get is old by the time we get it, 2 or 3 weeks off the shelf. So it's just really difficult to get the nutrition that we need. And filling those holes in will make a huge impact in your health and how you feel, your energy. For me, I know that if I'm ever feeling sluggish, it's usually because I forgot to take my supplements. And they just give me stability, and I don't often get sick at all, even though I know I'm exposed. Of course, we also have amazing things in here. This diffuser is basically free. It's normally about $90, and it's my favorite diffuser, hands down. It will do the large room setting. We have a really big open area with our dining and kitchen and living room. And so it works perfectly in there. And it will go for up to 10 hours. So that's really nice. The pedal in the last picture goes for up to 4 hours. So a little different there. This includes our new mouthwash. I'm so excited. They updated the kit. Our mouthwash is incredible. It's On Guard flavored, sort of a cinnamony cloves. It's delicious, but definitely spicy, but you can feel it working, and your mouth feels amazing after you use it. I love it so much. Really good ingredients in that too. And you can just see there's a really good variety of things in here. The foaming hand wash is one of my favorite products too. The On Guard foaming hand wash. It smells amazing. It makes your hands feel good. Correctex is like a natural neosporin. So anyway, this set is incredible. Like I said, it's $550. It would also come with that really special offer with the free diffuser and the 3 extra oils. I was going to show you too, if you are somebody new who's joining our team, we have this Essential Life book. And for anyone who jumps in with the Natural Solutions Kit, we want to give you one of these amazing books. The way that this book works, I'm going to take it off screen share for a minute. Oh no, I'm going to take it off. I'm going to show you the diffuser, and then I'm going to come back to this. Share screen. Okay. Do we see the picture? No. Here we are. So this is the picture of the diffuser and the 3 oils. It's really super cute. The doTERRA Iris is what they call it. Kumquat, red mandarin, thank you, and clementine. So those smell amazing. Kumquat is actually my favorite. We can't order those oils, so that's extra special. But kumquat is my actual favorite in water, next to grapefruit. But kumquat is really fun. Okay, so now I'm going to stop share. And I'm going to show you my face. Okay, here we are. So this is the book, the Essential Life book. I don't think is it backwards for you? I don't know if it is or not. But how it works is once you have this book, you just are set. Because at the beginning of it, it has what's called the quick reference. And I'm trying to get it close enough that you can see. It goes through every single need that you might have. And then it tells you the top 5 oils for that need. So carpal tunnel syndrome, cataracts, cavities, cellulite, chapped skin, chemical imbalance. So it just goes through everything like that. It gives you the top 5 oils to use, how to use them, whether you want to use them aromatically, topically, or internally. And then it gives you a page number back to the rest of the text. So let's see, we're looking at, let's do carpal tunnel, nervous system, page 301. And let's see what it says. If one of you has something specific you want me to look up too, you're welcome to throw that at me. So in the nervous system, it goes through what is the nervous system, what oils and supplements are best for the nervous system, and then what needs you might have with the nervous system. So maybe, let's see here. You have Bell's palsy or blurred vision, cataracts, floaters, glaucoma, inflammation, macular degeneration, neuralgia. So all of these things are considered neurological. I didn't even know that, actually. And then there's some remedies over here. So here, like this shingle spritzer, I know for a fact works well. I've known several people to use that for shingles. Then there's nerve damage. If people have nerve damage, a recipe for that and protocol for that. So it's really just kind of, you have at your fingertips what you would need. Oh, and then here we have multiple sclerosis. Let's see what else. Fatigue, vision, sedation, sciatica, paralysis. I mean, crazy stuff in here, and oils specific to those needs. So this text is incredible. It's full of recipes. There's a cleaning section, a pet section, a pregnancy section, personal care section, camping section, you name it, with recipes for how to use your oils most effectively. The main thing that we want when you get your kits and your oils is for you to feel empowered to take these bull by the horns and make it work for you. We would never let you get started and then not have the tools you need to continue down that path and wellness, and to make the most of what you've invested. So that's that. Let me know. Go ahead and message me on Facebook if you're planning to go ahead and get started. Some of you are already started, and I'm thrilled to have you on this journey with us. And otherwise, just jump in. It's time to get started. I think one of the worst things that you can do is wait until you feel ready, or wait until just the right moment, because what happens is the kids get sick in the middle of the night, or something comes up and you don't have your oils, or worse yet, you just never realize their full potential. I think we all are a little dumbfounded when we first got our kits at what these incredible things can do. So I'm going to linger for a few minutes. If you have a specific question, whether it's a health concern or a question about using the oils, I'm going to hang out here for just a few minutes. But otherwise, that's the end of our class for tonight. Under an hour, 45 minutes. I feel like that's maybe a new record. But I think that was a lot of information. I talk fast too, so maybe I shouldn't be so proud of that. People are always like, Lacey, slow down. Sorry, I haven't found an oil for that. Otherwise, I found an oil. Thanks, Emily. I'm glad you were on. I hope this was helpful. Maybe you picked up something. Is there anything additional you'd like to share? I know you're already well into your oil journey. I'm so glad you popped on. All right, and you're welcome to unmute yourself if you want to ask a question that way too. A few new things, good. All right. Well, no one's coming forward, so I'm just going to go ahead and close out the call. I am available. Please text me or message me. I'm going to check in with each of you and just make sure that you have everything that you need. And that's all. Have a really great night. And everybody who's in North Carolina, sorry about this other hurricane. I tried to stop it. All right, bye.